Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 math and then click on view on lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter 2 variable equations. The lessons we're going to cover from the chapter are complete a table for a two variable equation, write a two variable equation, identify the graph of an equation, graph a two variable equation. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 6 math. Chapter we are on right now is two variable equations. Let's just start with the lesson, that is complete a table for a two variable relationship. Complete the table using the equation C equals B plus 6. The equation you are given is C equals B plus 6. Here is the equation given. You need to calculate the value of B, C when B equals 2. So just replace B equals 2 in the equation. So when B equals 2, C equals 8. The correct option is 8. Let's just start with the test questions. Complete the table using the equation P equals S plus 6. So you can calculate the values of S, the value of B by replacing the different values of S. So we need to calculate for S equals 3. So 3 plus 6 equals 9. So the correct option is option number 1. Very good. That is 9. Complete the table using the equation C equals A plus 3. You need to calculate the value of A. You need for C when A equals 1. Very good. That is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Complete the table using the equation W equals M plus 2. That is m equals 1, so 1 plus 2 is 3. M equals 4, so 4 plus 6. 3 and 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Complete the table using the equation F equals S plus S. That is, for S equals 1, 5 plus 1 is 6 and 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Complete the table using the equation B equals A plus 10. So which is the correct option? A equals 1 and A equals 3, so that is 11 and 13. 10 plus 1 is 11 and then 10 plus 3 makes 13. So that is option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Complete the table using the equation F equals S plus 7. So which is the correct option? That is 11. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Let's just start with the test. Next lesson, that is write a two variable equation. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between S and T. So now you have to find the relationship between the two variables. How to find? We have to see how the T equals the missing number times S, right? So the missing number, that is 6 times some number is 18. That is 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 3 is 21. So that means the number is 3. T equals 3 times S. Let's just start with the test questions. R equals P. Take away the missing number. So which is the correct option? So you have to see what number you have to subtract from P to calculate the S, right? You can see here P is 7, R is 6. So P is 1 less than, R is 1 less than P. So that is R equals P minus 1 is the correct option. Very good. That is 1. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between B and C. So which is the correct option? That is C, B plus 10, right? Because 7 plus 10 is 17, 8 plus 10 is 18. So that means for each time you need to add 10 to the value of B. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between C and G. So which is the correct option? Mm, oh, 9 times C, sorry. 9 times C it is because 9 times 4 is 36, 9 times 5 is 45. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between S and T. So, which is the correct option? You have to do 6 times 3 is 18, 7 times 3 is 21. So, that is T equals 3 times S. The missing number is 3. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between H and C. That is option number 1 is the correct option. 7 plus 7 is 14. 8 plus 7 is 15. So, yes, that is option number 1. That is 7 plus 7. So, option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between P and B. B equals that is 6 times P. Option number 1 is the correct option. 6 it is. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is identify the graph of an equation. So this equation describes the relationship between x and y. Y equals 6x. Complete the table and select the graph that shows the relationship. So just look at the equation and then graph. First you have to complete the table and then you have to graph. So you have 0, 1 and 2. You are given the equation that is y equals 6x. So put x equals 0. 6 times 0 is, so here you have 0 when x, y is 0. So when x, that is 6. So when x is 2, that is 12. When x is 3, that is 18. So you have to look at the graph now. The graph must have all these points that are given in the table. So 6, I think the second one is the correct option, 6. 12, yes, the option number 2 is the correct option. Let's just start with the test question. The first thing you have to do is complete the table. The second thing you have to do with the graph. Now you can see this one. That is the bigger you can see easier. This equation describes the relationship between x and y. Y equals x plus 7. So x equals 2 and 3. Just put the values 2 plus 7. That is 9. 3 plus 7, that is 10. So correct option, that 10 it is. Okay, when x is 1, y is 8. The first one is the correct option. You can just match these points with the graph, right? Option number 9 and 10. The missing values are 9 and 10. Okay, the next one is y equals 4x. So what values are missing? The values are 2 times 4 is 8 and 5 times 4 is 20. So the missing values are 8 and 20. You can see the graph x equals 2, y equals 8. Option 1 and this graph, option 1 is the graph 1 is the correct option. This equation describes the relationship between x and y. Y equals x minus 1. Which option is the correct one? That is option number 1. The values are 1 and 2. The missing values are 12 and 14, I think. Option number 1 is the correct option. The values are 12 and 14. Y equals 2x, so which values are missing? Option number 4 and 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Eight plus 2 is 10 and 12. 11 and 10 and 12 they are, right? That is a mistake. It is 10 and 12. Okay, this equation describes the relationship between x and y equals x minus 2. So which is the correct option? You need to find for x equals 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. When x equals 5, 5 minus 2 is 3. So the correct option is option number 1. That are 2 and 3. That is option number 1. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Graph a two variable equation. So now we're going to learn how do we graph a function. Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we graph the functions. Graph the functions. Basically, you have to plot the points on the graph. So the table is 0 and 4. X is 0, Y is 4. X is 1, Y is 5. I think the second one has. When X is 1, Y is 5. When X is 2, Y is 6. When X is 3, Y is 7. And when X is 4, Y is 8. So option number 2 is the correct option. Basically, the graph has all the points that are given in the table. You just have to match the points with the table given, then that would be the correct option. Graph the function y equals 3x. Option number 1 is the correct option. Basically, you cannot see both the graphs actually. That's why I can't explain like this. Y equals 5x. I need to scroll down again and again. So y equals 5x. You can make the different table of values, right? X and y. When x is 1, when x is 0, 5 times 0 is 0. X is 0, y is 0. When x is 1, 5 times 1, that is 5. When x is 2, y is 10. When x is 3, y is 15. You just have to match the graph with the values. Option number 1 is the correct option. Graph the function x equals 1, y equals 7, x equals 2, y equals 8, x is 3, y is 9, x is 4, y is 10. You just have to plot these values on the graph. So let's see which is the correct option. 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9, 4, 10. X is 1, y is 7. X is 2, y is 8. X is 3, y is 9. See that all the values match with this one. So option number 1 is the correct option. Graph this function 0 to 6, 8, 7, 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. y equals 2x. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. Graph the function x is 4, y is 7, 4, 7, 6, 9, and 7, 10. 4, 7, 6, 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we're working on is two variable equations. The lessons we have covered. We're working on grade 6 math. The lessons we have covered from the chapter are complete a table for a two variable relationship. Write a table. Write a two variable equation. Identify the graph of an equation. Graph a two variable equation. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions if you have any to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. Next session.